Hi, I'm Louisa Sijabat, a liquidator and bankruptcy trustee. So, some mainstream media news is reporting that maybe 1 in 10 businesses in Australia might need a close because of the economic fallout from COVID-19. This is a very high number. It's 10% of all businesses in Australia, they're saying. This may well be the case because it only takes a look around to see how many businesses are hurting as a result of what's happening with lockdowns and all the economic implications from COVID-19, despite the government rescue packages. And it is known that at some stage the government rescue packages will wind back and end. So, how do you know if you're the 1 in 10? If you're the one that has to fold your business, maybe liquidate it, and walk away? So here are a few signs. If you are struggling with your payments and cannot make all of your payments when they're due to be made, this is probably the main sign that you might need to fold the business and walk away from it. It might not be able to continue to operate anymore. What does that look like though, to not be able to pay all of your payments? It probably means that you've already negotiated as many payment plans as anyone will possibly give you, whether that's with suppliers, the tax office, energy, electricity, utility companies, phone bills, credit cards. You've probably approached your bank or financier to try and get payment freezes or extended very low amount payment plans each week or month. You might have tried payment plans, you might have missed a few payments, you might have had to ring them back and try and renegotiate some payment plans for lower amounts over longer periods. You might have tried getting further loans and been knocked back for loans or further finance, or you don't want to get any further finance because you're not sure how you're going to pay it back. You might be just hoping each day that there's enough sales or revenue coming in that day to make the payments that are long overdue, but you know today's the very last day before the supplier takes some sort of consequence or somebody proceeds with something legally against you. You might not want to open the mail anymore because it's just bills and overdue reminders, and you already know the amounts are overdue. You don't need to be told again, but now it's legal letters, debt collector letters. You might not like to pick up the phone unless you know the caller because anyone else is probably a debt collector or somebody trying to collect money. You might avoid returning calls to suppliers who you owe money to. You might be very stressed. You're usually doing what I call the financial juggle, to take whatever little amount is coming in that day or has come in that day. It's like, okay, how do you split this off again to all the different people who your company owes money to? So if you're in that kind of situation, I highly recommend speaking to a liquidator. And I don't just say that because I'm a liquidator. It's because it's the right thing to do to find out all the information that you need in order to make a good business decision at this point. Because like everything else in business, this is a business decision best made when you are equipped with as much knowledge as possible about the decision. So just because you speak to a liquidator doesn't mean you have to go ahead and liquidate your company then or even at any point in the future. But what I recommend doing is getting all the information so that you can make a good decision. So if liquidation happens, what are the consequences? Do any of the debts need to still be paid by you? Do they get wiped out? Can they chase you? Can legal proceedings continue or must they stop? What happens to this particular asset? What happens to the vehicle that's financed? What happens to your plant and equipment? So to find out all the information, because you're a business person, you know how to make business decisions, and this is another business decision. So get equipped with all the information you need to make the best decision possible in the circumstances.